It gives me great pleasure to be here tonight at the keynote address of our symposium, Ordinary Lives, Changing Times, which is taking place at the Coptic Center in Stevenage today and tomorrow and Sunday. We're very grateful for the British Museum for hosting us, and we're grateful for your presence to share this event.
I think it's also very exciting to hear about this project on the digital Coptic Old Testament, because it's very much about making these objects, these texts, these papyri, these archives available to anyone in the world with an internet connection. I think that's really exciting. It opens up these collections to everyone around the world, not least in Egypt itself.
I wish to thank the hosts of the Coptic Symposium in Stevenage, His Grace Bishop Angelos and Dr. Mariam Ayat, and their dedicated teams for inviting me. They have been working tirelessly to bring to the Coptic community scholars in Coptic studies from all over the world so that they can work together for the good of studying and preserving the Christian heritage of Egypt, an integral part of Egypt's great and ancient culture.
What we've seen today, we have in the British Museum also another exhibition about the sunken treasures of Egypt. So if we're able to salvage our sunken treasures from the Mediterranean, I thank God that people like you and university like yours are able also to bring together our Coptic Old Testament in such easy, simple and accessible way. So my thanks goes to you and to everyone who has participated in that ambitious project, but also to the British Museum for hosting our third international symposium on Coptic culture, and to my dear friend and one of Egypt's best ambassadors, Bishop Angelos, for being here and for his contribution to this international symposium. Thank you very much.
Your Graces, Reverend Fathers, Baroness, Your Serene Highness and Sir Anthony, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I feel I'm probably the least educated of you here and the least informed. And so first and foremost, I'm here to learn. And what a wonderful blessing it is that we are here to learn from people who are so scholarly and who aren't even Coptic or Egyptian. I'm very thankful to you, Professor, tonight, because you have brought together something quite miraculously that could not have been done physically. And I was sitting there thinking, if all the cynics could be here right now, what a wonderful marriage between the evil of technology and the uselessness of religion. That would be a real lesson for everyone. And so, what does Coptic really mean? It means so many different things to so many different people. For some, it is religion. For others, it is faith. For others, it is ethnicity. For others, it is nationality. And so for us to come together and speak about Coptic culture is so very important. Because culture is not the place of antiquity. It has flagged up through antiquity, but it presents life. And for us, it is life. It's interesting that I'm here today, and 2 weeks ago I was in Egypt's Red Sea area with other bishops, priests, laity from around the world representing our own Coptic presence in the expansion. And lo and behold, we were speaking about vestments, language, hymnology, texts. We were speaking about how to adapt those to where we are today, and how to live through those where we are today. So this 2,000-year journey is not just one for the history books. It is one that really means something to us today. Who are we at our core? And how do we live today, progressively? This shows such a wonderful marriage between a very rich culture and history and very dynamic and vibrant presence. I've always said that the church is always spoken of as the body of Christ. And so a body must be dynamic, living and responsive. If it's not, it's dead. And so for us to look at our culture, to look at our history, to look at our past, and to consider where we are today and where we go from here is a wonderful way of looking at that dynamically. It's also a wonderful way of seeing how that works. Not within an Egyptian setting where the church was established, but now all over the world, with the growth of the church over the past 50 years, expanding to continents, other cultures and languages and expressions. Alan Watts says, "We seldom realize, for example, that our most private thoughts and emotions are not actually our own. For we think in terms of language and images which we do not invent, but which are given to us." And this is what we're exploring today. What has been given to us, and how we translate that into our current thoughts and words and dreams for the future. This can also be translated scripturally into a verse from Ecclesiastes 3 that says, "So I perceived that nothing is better than a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his heritage." The works we have now are the results of our heritage. The works of the future will be the result of what now will be somebody else's heritage. So this is a continuity, it's a journey. All we are doing is we are one link in a very long chain that continues not only to represent a way of life from the past, but presents true, living people here. That particularly speaks when we speak to so many who would look at the fact that we have no need for religion anymore, no need for faith anymore, no need to study the past, but merely live here and now. I am in such incredible presence and company that I do not need to expand on the fact that without that history, without that heritage, without ongoing work, and without ongoing witness, that there would be here or now. And if we don't do that now, what will our future look like? Thank you once again. Thank you for your presence, and thank you for your support.